Hi guys, I'm back again with another read aloud for you guys to listen to. This story is called One Plastic Bag, Aissatou Cisse and the Recycling Women of the Gambia. And before, there's a glare. I'll try to stop or hold it this way so that doesn't happen. Before we read, I did want to show you in the very back of the book, because it says the Recycling Women of the Gambia. So I wanted to give you a little bit of background knowledge on exactly what Gambia is. So if you see right here, there's a map, and Gambia is in West Africa. And the author did a great job. So here's the Africa, and then there's this tiny little red part. And then if you look up here, let me see if I can zoom in. She kind of zoomed in on the map, and then Gambia is right here on that little spot. Okay, so that's kind of the setting of where this story takes place. And it's also a true story. And so I think it's a really powerful story as well. So let's read, and then we'll see what you guys think. So again, this is called One Plastic Bag. There we go. Okay. Make sure you guys can see this, all right? Okay. Najal, Gambia. Aissatou walks with her chin frozen. Fat raindrops pelt her bare arms. Her face hides in the shadow of a palm leaf basket, and her neck stings with every step. Warm scents of burning wood and bubbling peanut stew drift past. Her village is close now. She lifts her nose to catch the smell. The basket tips. One fruit tumbles, then 2, then 10. The basket breaks. Aissatou kicks the dirt. Something silky dances past her eyes, softening her anger. It moves like a flag flapping in the wind and settles under a tamarind tree. Aissatou slides the strange fabric through her fingers and discovers it can carry things inside. She gathers her fruits in the bag. The basket is useless now. She drops it, knowing it will crumble and mix back in with the dirt. Four goats greet Aissatou as grandmother Mobobe emerges from her kitchen hut. Hurry in before the rain soaks your beautiful mububa. So if you notice, I kind of stumbled on that word. And I noticed too, because I've read this book before, that there were a lot of words that I didn't know how to pronounce. So if you guys can remember back, if you guys can remember, trying to get me in here too, when we were talking about how authors put, when they have expert words or just words, sometimes you put the definition in to help me, but in this case, your beautiful mabuba, I can look, and I'm thinking I can look at my picture to try to figure out what that might mean. But also, this author not only put a map in the back of her book, she put a glossary, which was super helpful for me in those words. So mabuba, and also, it's a funny word, mabuba, yes. So that gives the pronunciation. I'll zoom in. Mabuba, and then it says a long dress. Okay, so that kind of tells me what a mabuba is. And there are some other words in this book too that I'll probably have to flip back and make sure I'm pronouncing right, and so we can understand what they are. Aissatou scurries in, and grandmother serves spicy rice and fish. Rain drums on the creaking aluminum roof. I broke your basket, Aissatou confesses, but I found this. Plastic, grandmother frowns. There's more in the city. Day after day, Isatu watches neighbors tote their things in bright blue or black plastic bags. Children slurp water and wanjo from tiny holes poked in clear bags. Now, wanjo is, I looked in the glossary, and it's actually a juice made from pomegranates. So it's a red juice. Children slurp water and wanjo from tiny holes poked in clear bags. Market trays fill with minties, which is candy. That's candy. That's how you say candy. Wrapped in rainbows of plastic. The colors are beautiful, she thinks. She swings her bag high. The handle breaks. One paper escapes. Then 2, then 10. Isatu shakes sand off her papers. Another plastic bag floats by, and she tucks her things inside. The torn bag is useless now. She drops it to the dirt, as everyone does. There's nowhere else to put it. Day after day, the bag she dropped is still there. One plastic bag becomes 2, then 10, then 100. Plastic isn't beautiful anymore, she thinks. Her feet step down a cleaner path, and the thought floats away. Years pass, and Isatu grows to be into a woman. She barely notices the ugliness growing around her until the ugliness finds its way to her. Isatu hears a goat crying and hurries toward grandmother's house. Why is it tied up? Where are the other goats? Inside, the butcher is speaking in a low voice. Many goats have been eating these, he says. The bags twist around their insides, and the animals cannot survive. Now 3 of your goats and so many other goats in the village have died. Grandmother Maboba's powerful shoulders sag. Isatu must be strong and do something. But what? Isatu's feet lead her to the old, ugly road. A pile of garbage stands as wide as grandmother's cooking hut. Mosquitoes swarm near dirty pools of water alongside the pile. Smoke from burning plastic stings her nose. Her feet back away. Goats scamper past. They forage through the trash for food. Her feet stop. She knows too much to ignore it now. Holding her breath, she plucks one plastic bag from the pile. Then 2, then 10, then 100. What can we do? Isatu asks her friends. Let's wash them, says Fatim, pulling out Oma, which is soap. Maram grabs a bucket and Incha fetches water from the well. Peggy finds clothespins and they clip the wash bags on the line. As the bags dry, Isatu watches her sisters crochet. Can you teach me? Wow, that means yes. Her sister shows Isatu the stitches, then hands her a metal tool. Isatu's fingers busy themselves in, out, around. And then it says Jarajaf, which means thank you. So in this part, I'll zoom in, the author didn't, I didn't look this word up in the dictionary. Remember, we learned that sometimes they have the dash and then they give you the definition for that word. Isatu finds a broomstick and carves her own tool from its wood. What's that for? Fatim asks. Isatu pauses. She and Peggy have an idea, but will their friends think it's crazy? Will the idea even work? Nervously, she explains the plan. One friend agrees to help, then 2, then 5. The women cut bags into strips and roll them into spools of plastic thread. Before long, they teach themselves how to crochet with this thread. Nakaligbi V? Asks grandmother. How is the work? Nadaka, answers Isatu. Slow. Some people in the village laugh at us. Others call us dirty. But I believe what we are doing is good. The women crochet by candlelight, away from those who mock them. And by the way, Nadaka means very slow. And then, oh yeah, we said Nakalagabi. Nakalagabi is how is the work coming along. Nakalagabi. You can teach your parents to ask you that while you do your online learning. Okay, Nakalagabi. Remember that. Okay. Until a morning comes when they will no longer work in secret. So this is what they're making with all the plastic bags, which I think are so cool. They were able to make those little purses. Fingers sore and blistered, Isatu hauls the recycled purses to the city. One person laughs at her, then 2, then 10, then... One woman lays Dalasi coins on the table. She chooses a purse and shows it to one friend, then 2, then 10. Soon, everyone wants one. And then the Dalasi coin, I believe, is Gambian money. So Gambian money is Dalasi. Isatu fills her own purse with Dalasi. She zips it shut and rides home to tell grandmother she has made enough to buy a new goat. When she passes by the pile of rubbish, she smiles because it is smaller now. She tells herself one day it will be gone and my home will be beautiful. And one day, it was. And that is the end of the story, my friends. And I just wanted to show, so I did tell you this was a true story, and the author that wrote it was actually a volunteer teacher, I found out, and she went and visited Gambia, and that's when she went there, a friend told her about Isatu. Oh good, I'm saying Isatu right. Okay. So she went there and met her. And there's a picture of her, of the author and Isatu, right here. That's the real Isatu, and that's Miranda Paul. So I think that was really cool that she was a teacher, and volunteer teacher for that matter, and went and found out about what she was doing. And it says that she thought it was so cool and amazing, and she was the first woman to crochet those purses out of plastic. So she decided to write a book about her, which I thought was very cool. So I hope you enjoyed that story. Today for reading workshop, you're kind of going to do a fun project where you can find a plastic bag or any kind of plastic material in your house and create something with it. And it kind of is very open-ended, so you can make whatever you like, and then you're going to share your creation on Flipgrid with us. So hopefully Isatu inspired you in her story, One Plastic Bag. I can't wait to see all of your creations, and I will see you guys all soon. Bye!